No, they probably going up for like 35 now because I'm actually like, it's gonna be crazy. But we'll see why I'm charging. Like I'm up in the price, but.
I'll still get one regardless. I got you.
All right, bet.
I need one for myself though. I got a decorative one that I need.
All right, bet. I got you. Is that Pinky, bro?
You already know that.
Have you seen her now?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
A goddess.
Oh, God. I don't know about that, man.
Look, man, just because they're a little thicker don't mean that.
Oh, I already know that, but damn.
Yeah, no, it's up there. 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 But guess what, man? That's a legend. She helped me.
She helped me through my darkest times. Exactly.
Like, forever. It's forever. We locked in.
For sure, though, bro. I already know.
All right.
Damn.
We rolling? All right. It's Cool Conversations with Adante. It's cool. And today, I have a very, 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 very special guest. Y'all should have known that already. I think y'all knew that. I'm going to expect that y'all already knew that I had a very special guest. I don't think you guys expect anything less from the brand. So thank you. Can I get you to introduce yourself to the people?
What's up, y'all? Julian Caryates. I'm a fashion designer and model, and I'm glad to be here.
So let's get into it. How does the art of fashion start for you? Like, where's the origin of that in your life?
My mom was a designer and a model. She was upcycling pieces like back in 05. Like she had a whole one piece made out of like baby fat denim and baby fat bags like all over. And like my father was a DJ too. So like when we were younger, he'd be playing his sets or his mixes in the house, and my mom would literally like roll out the indoor little, you know, them little indoor golf carpet things?
Yeah, yeah.
She rolled it out and they made me do runway like the whole time. Yeah, they made me go in their closet, like try stuff on, style stuff, and then just walk out there and practice posing.
Was that something that you were interested in at the time, or something you kind of had to grow into a little bit?
I didn't understand it at the time, but like I really wanted to get into it more like right when like Taz Arnold and like everybody like Virgil and all them came out in like 2010.
Yeah.
But I was just too bad to even get in the industry when I was younger because I used to like just like throw chairs at people and shit. So
Get into that. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yo, like in school, bro.
Like, oh, you got a chair?
Like, nah, bro. Like during school, people used to harass me and bully me and stuff. Even teachers, like, I feel like there was a whole thing. It was like a whole like little race war going on in my elementary school.
Yeah.
So like they would try me and say slick shit like underneath, you know, to black kids and etc.
Yeah.
But I was one. I didn't take shit from anybody. So like if you said anything small to me, I either slap you or throw a chair at you, and that's really what it was. They had to pull my ass down the hallways and everything. So. I mean, yeah. So with that being said, my mom was like, you cannot get in the industry acting like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then high school, I started just like customizing my own clothes and stuff. I never really was like into Supreme or anything, but I knew about it. But it was just more of like, I go to the thrift store, I got a Sharpie, I'm drawing on jeans and I'm cutting out holes.
Where it started with just drawing on things more so? Mm-hmm. Did you have like a brand then, or is this something that you were doing?
It was just something that I was doing. I never even thought I was gonna have a brand. Even now, like I don't even have a brand. Ghetto Child wasn't even supposed to be a brand. It was just an experiment for my marketing.
Word, because that's what I was gonna get into next. So, where could you tell me about the origins of Ghetto Child?
Bruh.
Cause everybody got a bandana,
Bruh. All right. So the origins of Ghetto Child. I don't know. Like it was just around that time where everybody was just doing different paisley colored things. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I didn't want to be the dude to drop trucker hats at the time. I didn't want to be like everybody else. So I'm like, why not scarves? Because everybody was rocking like babushkas from the thrift stores and stuff. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I hit up a graphic artist. We came up with this idea, and the shipment came in, and I pulled up Utopia and dropped the box in the middle of the parking lot, and that's how the word got around. Like the first time I actually did drop, it wasn't online. It was more of me just going around with a couple of people that I knew, like close friends, and we were going downtown Norfolk just selling them, and then we would get pulled in the party selling them, and then we went out to the strip and sold them. I hit up Zero, and he came around, and that's really how I got on, because first I gave it to Zero, and then people saw it was Zero, and then Zero started spreading the word. Then I came to Utopia with it, so it was just over and over again, you know.
Well, do you have any plans for Ghetto Child right now? Like,
I was supposed to drop jerseys this summer, bro.
yeah.
There's a whole lot of crazy shit that went down with that. I had like 4 or 5 different jerseys lined up. I was working on them during the winter, but a couple people owed me money, and you know, I sacrificed that instead of really just dropping anything for clothing. And then I was modeling too, and it takes a lot of money to even just get in the door of modeling. You gotta have a model bag, you gotta have a comp card, you gotta have like travel money, etc. So all that money that I had from the scars and the brands went towards modeling.
Word.
So then I was ass out. I'm like, damn. So now I got all these designs for jerseys, and nothing really even happened for it. But I mean, they're still in the archive. They may come back. They may be like have a reappearance. You may see me in them sometimes, like the blue one you saw me in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I had that one. That was Ghetto Child. But then like I'm shifting more towards my actual brand name called Carry.
Word. So where's that name come from?
Carry's my middle name.
Okay.
I don't really. Yeah, that's literally all it is. I just want to be a standard name because I plan on actually doing more luxurious streetwear in a sense, rather than just like pop-up shops or anything in that sense. That's why I never really did a pop-up shop. I never really released t-shirts or anything in that sense. Even with my jeans, I mean, granted, I customize jeans and all. Not everybody has my things yet because I wasn't ready to release that final product. Because this year I just learned how to sew. So.
Oh yeah. So what's that process been like? Even beyond just learning how to sew, like, what about just everything as far as making the clothes? I know that that's its own art form in itself, you know, so. The
most tedious thing is bringing your exact creation that you have in your head to life. Like the execution has to be perfect, otherwise it's just not gonna hit the same like you envisioned it. That's really all it is, especially with sewing. You gotta have a sewing machine, a serger, the little seam allowance ruler, multiple different needles, learning different stitch methods, learning how to do patchwork, all these other things. But it's like, the more you get into fashion, you can really expand your palette. So you have people like graffiti artists who combine graffiti art and fashion. You have DTF printing, DTG printing, sublimation printing, bedazzling, distressing, all these different things, crocheting, like all these different things come into play over time. And it's history repeating itself. People have been doing it, but it's now it's just like the newer generation, like it's a whole new era. So all these things are coming back into light.
Yeah. So with modeling, let's just switch up gears a little bit. With modeling, so you were with your parents is making you do or I don't want to say making, but they're.
Nah, I didn't get into modeling until like 2019. It's like I went to a barbershop and they sent me out to New York.
So what do you mean exactly? They like you was just getting haircuts and they were like, nigga, we need you to.
Yeah, pretty much. One of the barbers, like I was talking to one girl and she brought me to her barber.
Yeah.
And his whole shop was like his whole shop has had his own art in there. So we had his own paintings in there. You can see the mannequin that he's working on with all his pieces. His shop's in the corner. So it's straight up like jackets, shirts, hats, dresses, all of that in the room. And then I'm just like, I want to model.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, be expecting to hear back from me in 2 weeks. I wasn't expecting it. I'm just like, okay, this nigga ain't gonna fucking call me. He's like, I don't know what the hell you talking about. So then I got a call and he was like, how would you like to go to New York Fashion Week? Damn, how would you like to go? How would you like to go to New York Fashion Week for like a couple days or something like that? Full paid.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. So I did my first show out Brooklyn at the Bazaar, and I'm just networking with a couple of people and etc. But I mean, modeling for me is on and off. That's not really what I always wanted to do. I'm more of a designer than anything. So
really. So is there any goals that you have with modeling or anything like that, or are you just taking it as it comes?
I'm taking it as it comes, and I'm figuring out my goals for it, because not only do I model, but I have a little cousin that models too. So
okay, word.
Since I already got my foot a little bit more in the door than him, I'm just trying to make a way for him too.
Yeah, word. That's tough. Have you been able to help him with any, or
Dude,
I don't know him. Yeah, have you been
he's
able?
doing his thing on his own, bro. But he's snapping more than me. Like this dude's coming like Stevie Wonder style.
Oh,
yeah, like he has a whole aesthetic, like a whole groovy aesthetic towards him, and I'm just like, damn, I gotta step it up, bro.
So you catch inspiration from that? Like,
yeah, we inspire each other. Like all of our family is older. Like all of the aunts, the uncles, everybody's in their 50s and 60s. So that's the era that we really grew up in. We really didn't have a lot of access to technology either. So it was more of like we just listened to a lot of, you know, Parliament, Heat Wave, all them kind of things, Donny Hathaway, etc. So when I'm creating, that's really what I channel. I channel that ever.
Yeah. So you're saying building the brand Carry. What's you know, you don't have to drop too much sauce, but whatever you can. What's that looking like for you? Like, what do you have in your mind as far as doing that?
I want to have, I want to bring more luxury, haute couture runways to the 757.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to expand and have more diversity out here for, like, you know, the alternative kids that can't really find anything in their size or anything in that sense.
Right.
So, I mean, there's simple things that you could do for fashion too, bro.
Yeah,
like
what?
Do you remember the finger rings? Like, I can't remember what Ambush, I think they were. Do you remember that brand Ambush? The finger rings that had, like, the Radio Raheem rings.
Yeah.
So that, like, there was a
the
brand
fucking...
out. Yeah, like the peace love things.
Yeah.
There was like a ring. There was like those. Like, you can do simple things like finger rings, hair accessories, scarves, anything that's just subtle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can drop one thing I'm really working on. I'm trying to drop some Afro pics.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I can really give off.
Afro pics?
Afro
Could
pics.
you elaborate exactly on what you mean by Afro pics?
Like Afro pics.
Oh, like,
Afro
I was
pics,
thinking
like a hair
Afro
pic.
pictures, but yeah. Afro pics, like a pic, like, oh man, the nigga's a little shorty.
Like, I'm trying to get it out towards, like, the summer and spring.
Amazing, yeah.
It's like a couple of pieces that I'm working on also, but the main goal I really want to do is, like, more scars and then some Afro pics before I really jump in deeper into my creative process as a designer.
Yeah, as a designer, let's manifest the future a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're 20 years down the line. What do you have, like, to check off your list already? Yeah.
Oh, word. Working under a fashion house for at least like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I really want to work on the House of Gucci.
Oh,
I really want to work under the House of Gucci. Having at least 3 runways in the 757. Maybe, I don't know, 'cause I'm trying to move to LA in a couple, like, years. But if I can at least have, like, at least one runway out here before I leave that's dedicated to my show alone, or have, like, a bunch of people, like, from the streetwear scene come together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, throw a show, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on the runway scene for a while out here when I was modeling, like, consistently. And it's like, there's literally a wall compared to, like, people. There's the runway side and then there's a streetwear side, but I haven't seen any real, like, actual streetwear brands come together with the runway side and actually put on an event.
Why do you think that is?
I think that they're just oblivious and they don't know what's going on out here.
Yeah.
It's either that or they're gatekeeping.
Yeah.
It's just either those two.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like, I think a couple of people already have gotten in contact with them. Cause I don't know if you know about Foster's Beauty. It's a runway out here, Hampton Roads fashion show. They be doing stuff at, like, I can't remember what's the museum out here, not the Chrysler Museum, the Virginia Beach Museum.
Mocha?
I don't know. It's over there by the Strip when you get off.
Yeah. I think that's Mocha.
Yeah, they recently had one over there, like, last year. So, well, actually this year. So hopefully there's gonna be more people that I'm aware of in the 757 that can really bring out their talents and promote themselves more. But my goal is to really bring these two groups together, you know. Because when the runway scene, it's more like 50, like 30 or like 40 and up people doing it. It's not really people of our age or of our demographics doing it right now. So it's a very small scene.
Yeah. Have you experienced the runway scene in other places? I know you said your first modeling gig was Brooklyn. Have you been able to dip and dabble in anywhere else?
I was supposed to go to Atlanta right before I went out to LA. I did LA Fashion Week, the model experience, and I was out there for a whole week networking. It was big though. I think I'm on Basketball Wives too. I'm not lying, bro. Like, Basketball Wives was out there, Jordan Love was out there. Just a bunch of creatives, like, you know, mainstream, underground creatives still want to come up, models that never modeled before. It was just a bunch of people from like 3 to 11 p.m. So, I mean, it was pretty cool. It's not like the runways you see on, like, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Hader Ackerman, and etc. It's more of just like, it's urban. You're just getting yourself out there as of right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But those are the only 2 places I've been so far from modeling. I was supposed to go to Atlanta right before LA, but, you know, yeah, I've done like a couple shows out here. I didn't want to do all of them. They get repetitive, so.
Yeah, what about it is repetitive, do you feel?
I'm not dissing or anything in that sense.
Yeah,
it's just like, it's too urban, you know?
Okay, yeah.
I like haute couture, avant-garde. You know, there's barely shows for that. So they're over here like popping their hips too much, twisting too much, you know, showing too much body. And when you're a model, you're supposed to demonstrate the clothes and, you know, preview the clothes, not preview yourself. I mean, I understand it because you're trying to get your brand out there as a model and etc. But you got to think they're here to see the clothes and the designs. They're not really here to see you.
Yeah. No, I never got it down to a science. You know what I'm saying? But with Ghetto Chow.
Ghetto Chow.
You was talking about.
No more. This is the last restock I'm doing.
The last restock?
Last restock.
When is the restock coming out?
The restock is coming out in the spring.
In the spring, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The restock's coming out. I already got the purple in. I'm waiting on a couple others. Because when I do relaunch again, the collection is called Motherland. Like, obviously, it's like a groovy kind of vibe to it. So I'm having like 3 new scarves debut, and it's going to be more, you know, defined, more detailed, and etc. The marketing is going to be A1. And I'm going to have like 2 colors of these. So the purples and the whites. So the purples and the whites are coming back out, and then I'm done with Ghetto Chow, and I'm just going forward from there with Carrie.
Word. I fuck with it.
Thank you, man.
Where can the people find you and the clothing that they need?
I don't have a site out right now, and I've been real quiet on Instagram unless you're on my close friends. Yeah. But like, I'm dropping the site right when I drop, like when I officially drop again. Yeah, because I remember last time when I was out with the scars, everybody was wanting one, and I'm just like, dang, I don't got a site. I need a site. Yeah. But I just never really bothered because I was everywhere where everybody wanted one. You know?
Yeah. So with the what do you have in mind for the site? Because, I mean, if Ghetto Chow is not going to be a thing anymore, is it going to just be the Carrie site, or is it going to be...
It's going to be Carrie's, and it's going to be, the main site's going to be called Carrie. But every link is going to be probably branched off to a collection that I've had in the past or my archive, you know what I'm saying, or what's to come. So it's going to be that, you know, emails, contact informations, probably a couple 3D renders and like animations. You know, that's in the game now, so I'm going to probably tap into that.
Definitely. No, I like that, man. I'm very excited. Cash said he gonna buy some too. Goddamn, just be in that bitch like Birdman hair rub. Be like, bitch. Come on, like, bitch, you see what I got on?
And it's convenient too, cause like you can do anything with this scarf. Like you can put it on the wall. If it's hot out, you put it over your head. You don't get hot over. You know, like for women, you can put it as a half shirt. It's big enough to go over your waist and the bottom.
I've seen that. I was like, okay, somebody's a little experimental. We got it.
That's the main reason why I really dropped the scarf, because it's just so manipulative, and that's why I made them this big. Yeah. You can do anything to it. You can eat over this if you really wanted to, and put it on a table like this. You can shake dice over if you wanted to, like all them kind of things. It doesn't matter. You can say your prayers. You can read the Bible over this.
Nah, for real.
Come on now, like.
Nah, for real.
But nah.
As far as like advertising, do you have any like pictures in your head of what you want that to be?
For the scars?
Just for anything in general, really, like in the future.
Nah, I'm still working it out, man. Like I'm focused on fashion and all that stuff, but I got my priorities to worry about too as a man. Yeah. So. I mean, I can't really give a lot of these things away. Most of it's just like, you know, confidential. But I do have a couple of things that people gave me ideas about. I want to include a couple models and etc. Also, for my brand, for Carrie, I don't want the standard look of a model. I don't want that dark feature thing. I want like creators from the 7.5 to be in my shows or anything in that brand. Yeah. You know, a lot of people, they're very selective of who they pick, and I understand why, for a good representation of their brand. But you're not giving a lot of people opportunities out here. Yeah. People that walk up to you and be like, bro, if you need a model, let me know. I hate that, but it's just like, bro, you know, if they really want it, they'll show you. They'll come up with a portfolio, and et cetera. If not, I'll help you if I really wanted you in the line. So, yeah, like, just be on the lookout if you see any kind of familiar faces, like you see performing or anything in that sense, because that's my goal. I want to bring the community together.
Word, I love that. That's fucking uplifting as shit.
Thank you, man.
10 out of 10. Yeah. So, goddamn, can you tell people one more time where they can find you?
You can find me at Julian Caryates. That's my Instagram. So it's Julian Carey, CAREY8AYTES. Yeah. Even on, that's my email too, JulianCaryates@yahoo.com. So if you need anything, let me know. DM me. Yeah, got any questions? You want a model? Let me know. I'll set it up. We can get some mug shots going on, etc. So.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for you, man. Like I said, I appreciate you again for adding value to the brand, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Look.
Appreciate being here.
Hey, we in this bitch. You in this bitch. Very special motherfucking guest.
Yo, you got some water, bro?
Of course. Jack, can you please get him some water,
Damn, I'm
please? Thank
hot,
you
bro.
very much, love. God damn it.
Hey.
Make sure you drink some water, okay?
Hey, here, bro. It's yours.
What? I feel like Dipset. All right,
Hey, go ahead, bro.
Dipset. Hold on, nigga. I might put. Look, he said you can pray over it, bitch. I'm gonna pray over it, ho. Come on, cause I stay with God. I stay with God. I fuck with God heavy. God fuck with me.
Have faith.
Have faith in grace.
Jesus is Lord.
Make sure you live in abundance.
Yes.
Make sure you recognize abundance. Make sure you live with a heart full of gratitude. That's the only attitude.
Man, drop a mixtape. No bullshit. Just drop a mixtape. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Peep the mixtape coming soon.
Well, what's it gonna be called, bro?
It's gonna be called On a Bitch Forever. Wow. Hey, look, this your neck. Ha!